Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So today's video is going to be on my top stereotypical perfumes and which ones stereotypical Barbie would wear. I did watch the Barbie movie. You guys know I love my pairing videos just because it brings two of my favorite things, which is being a couch potato and fragrances, and mashes them together. If you guys have been watching me for any amount of time, whether that's here on YouTube or Instagram, you guys know I love to pair fragrances with outfits, and I wanted to do it more with outfits and the different scenes in the movie. So if you haven't watched it or plan on watching it, there's your warning, but it's a fun movie anyways. And just so you guys know, the perfumes are more of your stereotypical perfumes. They're perfumes that they're popular perfumes, mass appealing perfumes, because that's what stereotypical Barbie would wear. And then I also, at the end, I'm going to be mentioning some of my favorite Margot Robbie outfits that were inspired by Barbie, and I have some other fragrances for those that are a little bit more niche and some might not be as popular, but a lot of the fragrances that I'm going to mention are very mass appealing. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so first we're gonna start with the opening scene. Is it like a monologue where the lady's kind of talking about in the beginning of time, and she talks about girls playing with baby dolls, and then enters Barbie in what, 1959? I know it was very early, either 59 or 1960, and it shows the very first Barbie doll, Margot Robbie, in that beautiful black and white bathing suit with the white shades and the red lip, and I immediately thought of Yes I Am by Cacharel. I could almost see her reapplying her red lip and just the black bottle. It doesn't necessarily go to white, but it does have kind of this ombre effect to it. So that's the fragrance I immediately thought of, and this is a fruity sweet kind of lactonic fragrance. So the first outfit went to Cacharel's Yes I Am. All right, the next scene we have Barbie going through her dream house and just going through her daily routine and just how perfect her Barbie life is with her Barbie house and her Barbie Corvette. And she is wearing this pink and white fluffy plaid dress, and more specifically that scene where she's just kind of floating down in those gorgeous pale pink stiletto shoes. So I was going to pair this with the new Carolina Herrera's Good Girl Blush because it's the stiletto shoe, but in the end I did go with a fragrance that I ended up passing on because I do find Burberry Her to be a very Barbie fragrance. The original being more so like strawberry shortcake, like it's very nostalgic. I thought of Elixir first, and then I kept going back because I don't have Elixir anymore, but our friend's new girlfriend, that's her signature scent, and I just absolutely love that fragrance on her. It's fruity. I don't know if there's raspberry or strawberry. I think it does have like the famous strawberry, but it doesn't come off as synthetic. It's a little bit creamier than the original, and I don't know, I guess it's just a fluffy dress because it is kind of a fluffy scent to me, and just her floating down to the bottom, that's the fragrance that came to mind. I just think that that's a very Barbie scent, and I wanted to include it even though it's no longer in my collection. All right, the next scene we have is the beach scene. In this scene, she's wearing a very similar dress to the fluffy one in the opening, but it's shorter and it's supposed to be more of a bathing suit style with like this cute hat. So I knew I wanted a beachy scent, something coconutty, but again, mass appealing, very stereotypical. And the fragrance that I thought of is Ariana Grande's Thank You Next. I just think that scent is perfect. Again, it's very popular, very mass appealing. It's a coconut fragrance. It's got, I believe, macarons in it, so it's got a sweetness to it. So I thought that scent was perfect just because I knew I wanted something beachy and coconutty. All right, the next scene we have Disco Barbie, where she's wearing this kind of, I don't know, it's kind of pearlescent maybe, or is it silver? I don't remember because I saw the movie only once, and then even in the photos I can't tell, but it's more of a shiny kind of disco Barbie outfit. The fragrance that I went with, I was going back and forth, but in the end I went with the iconic Flower Bomb, but more specifically the limited edition Star bottle, which I do have. The bottle's very fun, kind of sparkly like the scene, and Flower Bomb is to me a little bit more sexier, a little bit more night, a little bit more party time. The next two scents I'm going to kind of talk about hand in hand because it kind of goes with not only her outfit, like I just think I paired these up so well, but it kind of also goes with her mood. In this next scene, Barbie's going through her routine, but everything is just opposite. Instead of floating off her house, she fell. Her feet went flat. So I thought of Cloud by Ariana Grande, especially with that outfit that she's wearing. It just looks like Cloud. This is a fluffy, airy, kind of coconutty, sweet, slightly lavender scent. And I don't know, it just kind of reminds me of the scene. She starts saying things unfiltered to the other Barbie dolls. I won't say too much, but it's just unlike her, and she's starting to notice that her perfect life isn't so perfect, which leads me into the next scene. So the next scene, she is wearing a darker blue kind of dress with like a white collar, and this to me symbolizes she's feeling blue. I mean, that's what I think when I think of both of these scenes hand in hand. She's feeling especially blue in this scene, and that's why she's wearing blue, but that could be me reading into things. I thought of Cloud Intense right away. You guys know that I've talked about that scent kind of reminding me of a rain cloud, like specifically the rain cloud on Grumpy Bear from Care Bears. So I don't know, that's kind of the feeling that you get in that scene. She kind of has her shoulders slumped. She's going to visit Weird Barbie, who's like the oracle. Not that Cloud Intense is a moody scent, but the bottle itself kind of reminds me of it, and I just think it kind of pairs with that outfit. This is a lot like the original Cloud, but it's a little bit more musky and woody, but it still has this fluffy airiness. You just get a little bit more musk and a little bit more wood in the base. So in that scene, she kind of has to choose between the stiletto and the Birkenstock sandals, and she picks the stiletto, but Weird Barbie's kind of like, no, you gotta pick the sandal. And then we go on to the next scene. So in the next scene, Barbie is leaving Barbie Land. She's in her Corvette. She's singing. She's got this cute little pink beret and this cute pink outfit. And this is another one that I kind of was going back and forth. I was like, do I want Delina? Do I want Mon Guerlain? I don't know why neither of those fragrances, even though they're mass appealing, they're more mass appealing to fragrance lovers. So I was like, no, those aren't the fragrances. And then I thought of one. Now this one is new, but it's a flanker to still fairly new, but still more of a mass appealing kind of fragrance, and that is Givenchy's Irresistible. Like Burberry Her, I knew I wanted Givenchy because whenever fragrances have iris, they sometimes give me that kind of nostalgic back in the day vibe. They have kind of this makeup-y side to them, a little lipsticky. They kind of give you that Barbie doll-esque feeling. The original more so, but this scene and what she's wearing goes more with the fragrance that I prefer, which is Rose Velvet, which is a newer fragrance, but I think it's going to be a very mass appealing fragrance. If you like Sea Fiori, this doesn't smell like Sea Fiori, but it does fall in that same creamy kind of fruity, whether that's raspberry, strawberry, because they all have different fruits side. It's kind of similar in that way. I do prefer Givenchy's Irresistible Rose Velvet more. It's more, instead of like creamy, it's more velvety, like the name would imply. It's a velvety kind of pink rose petal fruity scent. And when I look at her outfit and that kind of velvety soft beret and just what she's wearing, I thought that that was perfect for this scene. Now she does get surprised by Ken, and then they go off together, and from there they go, I think, on a ship, jet ski, skiing. I think at one point they're even astronauts. So I didn't pair up any of that scene, but we're gonna jump to her getting to the real world. Okay, so Barbie and Ken land in the real world. I believe it's LA, California. And they are wearing very retro neon outfits, and it's getting a lot of attention. And they don't understand why they're getting all this attention. And the fragrance that I thought of right away was Viva La Juicy by Juicy Couture. If there's one thing people talk about, it's just how kind of loud and tacky the bottles are, and I just find them to be super cute and fun, kind of like this scene. So I immediately thought of Viva La Juicy, which to me is a very fun, fruity, kind of sweet caramel fragrance. And it's one that, it's older, not 80s and 90s, but it does give me something kind of retro. I don't know if it's the bottle or what, but I do find that scent to be a little bit more retro, a little bit more fun, kind of like this scene. All right, so they get in trouble in this scene and they want to be a little bit more inconspicuous. So they dress up as like cowboy and cowgirl, which to me is just as ridiculous, but she is wearing this kind of fuchsia pink outfit. This fuchsia pink reminded me of Oriana, but I already had Oriana slotted for another scene. But then when I scanned my bottles, it just jumped out at me. La Vie Belle and Rose. Just that perfect pink scarf on that bottle reminds me of this outfit. She's wearing like this pink bandana. First of all, La Vie Belle is another iconic fragrance, very stereotypical, very mass appealing. So I knew it needed to be in this video, but more specifically en Rose. En Rose is pink, it's girly, it's fun, it's the less obnoxious La Vie Belle, because even though I love and adore La Vie Belle and it is very popular, so therefore when something is more popular there are going to be more people who dislike it, and I find En Rose to be a more wearable version while still holding a very light closeness to the DNA. Like I can tell it's La Vie Belle, but it's not the parts of La Vie Belle that are loud and annoying, and it's just jammy, sweet, fruity, and pink. Next scene, after a bunch of things happen in that scene, but I don't want to give away too much. But basically in that scene, she's fighting to get back to Barbie Land while Ken discovers his worth, and she goes back to Barbie Land. This scene where she's wearing this adorable kind of blue, green, and pink plaid outfit with this hat, I did not know what to pair this with. I didn't have any fragrance that kind of reminded me of this outfit or this scene. At least I didn't think so. And then I remembered the scene where she kind of feels defeated and just falls back and like rolls around the floor like a Barbie, like very stiff. And I immediately thought of Lancome's Idol, a fragrance that is supposed to represent we women stand as one. And here it is, the fragrance laying flat. Lancome heard you, because now they make the fragrances with a little bit more of a base to stand up. But that scene where she kind of just falls over and gives up, Lancome Idol. And this is a beautiful rosy musky pear, so it's got this sparkly pear in the opening, girly scent. All right, so now the girl's mom, Gloria, I believe her name is, played by America, she talks Barbie, like she talks some sense into her and kind of gets her back on board. So now they have to like deprogram the Barbies. They need to, because when they go back to Barbie Land, as she's driving through, she sees that things have changed. That's kind of why she feels defeated. Things have become about the men, and the women serve the men, which if you didn't know, Barbie Land is more for the women. It's more about women and all of their dreams and anything they wish they could do through Barbie. So in this scene, now they have to slowly deprogram and reprogram all the Barbies. They have to remind the Barbies who they are. So there's a scene where Barbie is wearing this hot pink like mini dress, and she's got this Chanel bag. I already knew it couldn't be about matching up the colors. It needed to be about finding a Chanel perfume. Now, out of the chance fragrances, because I did want it to be more of the chance fragrances because they're a little bit more easy to wear, I ended up going with Otandre. Out of the whole line, that's the one that is, I believe that one is the top seller. So I went with that one, and it's a fresh, fruity floral. So while Barbie is distracting Ken, then that night they kind of get all the Kens to turn on each other, and then the Kens meet at the beach and they kind of have like a beach off, and they basically have a battle. And during that battle is the scene where the Barbies all get together and they're all in the same pink fuchsia jumpsuits, and that is the scene that I wanted to pair Oriana with. If you guys saw my post on Instagram, I actually mentioned that Oriana to me is like the epitome of a Barbie fragrance. Even though that's a fragrance, it becomes bothersome to me. I do enjoy it. Like I do enjoy smelling it on other people. I did enjoy testing it. It just, after that 2-hour mark, the orange blossom gets too sweet, and that is a note that unfortunately it gets bothersome after the 2-hour mark. But even so, that to me is a Barbie perfume. So I thought it was perfect to pair it with all the Barbies in that scene when they take back Barbie Land. Next scene is the scene where Barbie, I don't want to say breaks up with Ken, but Barbie doesn't know where she belongs in this world. She doesn't know if she belongs in Barbie world or the real world. She kind of already experienced both, and it's kind of a more emotional scene. and she talks to Ken, and then she even talks to a person who plays like the creator of Barbie, you know, not the real creator of Barbie, but she's in this really pretty flowy yellow dress. And the scent I thought of is Soleil by Lely. I chose this one because it's not stereotypical, but this is also a scene where I feel like Barbie is transitioning from being stereotypical Barbie to wanting to be a real person. So I knew that now the fragrance that I was gonna pick for this scene and the last scene was gonna be more still kind of mass appealing side, but definitely not as stereotypical, not your typical fruity floral. All right, and then the last scene is Barbie, and she is in the real world, and Barbie changes her name to Barbara Handler, which is supposed to be honoring the person who created Barbie. In this scene, she is shown in like jeans. She's got like a pink bag and pink Birkenstocks, so still a little bit of pink, and she's excited. She's going to a very important appointment, which I'm not gonna spoil for you guys. So she's going to a very important appointment for her, and the fragrance that I paired for this scene was Libre by YSL. I picked this fragrance because of what it represents. The whole ad behind Libre is you're free to do what you want. Dua Lipa, who's also in the movie, sings the song and is the face for this fragrance, and I just think what it represents is perfect. But more so, I went with the Eau de Toilette version. I went with the Eau de Toilette version because it's a little bit lighter, fresher. It's not as, like, the lavender isn't as harsh in that fragrance. And again, to me, it just represents that last scene in the movie. So those are the stereotypical fragrances for the first part of this video. Okay, then next I'm gonna go through, just because I want to talk about some of these iconic outfits. The first one we have is another 1960s Barbie. I couldn't find the name of it, but it's this Barbie in this beautiful black dress with beautiful jewelry and black long sleeve gloves. I don't know, maybe evening Barbie. Immediately I thought of Athalia by Parfumes. Again, you guys know iris just gives me nostalgic feelings. The iris in here is very well blended. It doesn't come off makeup-y, but Athalia 100% I thought of when I saw this outfit. She also wore a mini dress that represented like the iconic original Barbie with the bathing suit. I'm still keeping Casher out. I don't know what it is. That perfume just reminds me of this outfit, the bathing suit, the dress. So I'm keeping that fragrance. Then we have Day to Night Barbie. And just so you guys know, there are several Day to Night Barbie. Hey guys, editing Becky here. So there are two Day to Night Barbies, and that's because one is daytime Barbie and one is nighttime Barbie. So I just wanted to clarify that. And this one, she is wearing a fuchsia pink suit. And to me, this reminded me right away of Oriana by Perfumes. Then we have another Day to Night Barbie. And right away, this gave me Carolina Herrera, very good girl glam vibes. The sparkly top with the sparkly stiletto bottle. I just knew I had to pair them up. Then we have Totally Hair Barbie, which is one of my favorite Barbies. We are keeping Viva La Juicy, which used to be one of my favorite fragrances. The reason why I say we are keeping Viva La Juicy is because the original doll, her outfit looks a lot like the rollerblading outfit that they have. It has a lot of the same neon colors, so it reminds me of Totally Hair Barbie. Now, her dress, even more so, the pink, it reminds me of Viva La Juicy. So, okay, then next we have Earring Magic Barbie, and this again fuchsia pink and this silver star like belt and earrings. And right away, Angel Nova by Mugler. Does that not give you Angel Nova vibes, whether that's the Eau de Parfum or what I would prefer, the Eau de Toilette? Total Barbie vibes. All right, next we have Happy Birthday Barbie, and in this, Margot is wearing a metallic pink mini dress that's straight from the 1994 Versace runway. So I knew I needed a Versace fragrance, and I paired that up with Bright Crystal. And I know that's another one that gets a lot of hate for being a basic perfume, but I needed to pair a Versace fragrance with a Versace dress. So that's what I paired this up with. And just the pale pink, like I have the travel and it looks a lot like this pale pink in this this dress, this stunning dress. All right, next we have sparkling pink Barbie. I would say more so, not necessarily Margot Robbie's outfit, but the actual Barbie that they show next to it is that same kind of pink in that Carolina Herrera's Good Girl blush. I'm gonna scrap that because we already have a shoe in here, and I knew I wanted Manguerlam somewhere in this video. I decided to put more specifically Bloom of Rose and match it up with sparkling pink Barbie because I think the two different pinks, the pink juice and the little pink metal piece on top, and then also the hat just is giving me Mon Guerlain vibes. Then next we have Enchanted Evening Barbie. You guys know Delina was gonna be in this video. Delina is iconic to me. I will love her forever. So she's getting Enchanted Evening Barbie. I mean, isn't that just Delina, like in that photo right there? Whatever Delina you want. Exclusive, La Rosée, the original, whatever one you wanna wear for an enchanted night. I mean, it was just too perfect. Okay, so I have two that I missed that I'm gonna go over now. There was one fragrance specifically, I knew I wanted this fragrance in this video. I wanted it more so in the first half of the video, but I'm happy with the decisions I made there. But I went ahead and did a search of this designer to see if I could get like a dress that she wore that I could pair up. So we have Pink and Fabulous, and the fragrance that I paired with this one is Valentino's Donna Born in Roma. So this is a Valentino dress that was specifically designed for this press tour, so I thought that was perfect. I really wanted Donna Born in Roma because to me that is very much a stereotypical fragrance. But then I saw that I missed Brunette Bubble Cut Barbie. If you guys can guess what I paired up with this gorgeous flaming hot red mini dress, drop it below. But if you said Kayali's Eating Juicy Apple, you would be right, because that gorgeous dress needed a gorgeous red bottle. So now I can say I have every stereotypical fragrance that I wanted in this video. And then for our last Barbie, we have Margot Robbie's Barbie. And this one, she is in that famous pink and plaid outfit that she's wearing in the opening scene. Then for the press tour, she wore a similar outfit, but this is a Prada outfit. So I knew right away that I wanted Prada Paradox. I knew Prada Paradox was another very likable fragrance that needed to go in here. And when I saw that that outfit was Prada, I'm like, perfect. Now I have all the fragrances that I wanted to include in today's video. So that will do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments below, what are some of the perfumes that you think are stereotypical, that stereotypical Barbie would wear. But that will do it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.